as well. We've got the Washington Free, Beacon Lachlan Markay on when Hillary Clinton's poll numbers shrinking. I was going back and forth with almost a kidding tit for tat with the governor there. I have serious doubts as to whether Hillary Clinton will emerge as the Democratic Party nominee, that if she were to lose Iowa and New Hampshire, whatever the strength of her organization in the South and elsewhere, I don't know. That could be problematic. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think we're approaching panic mode for the Clinton campaign right now, because the entire argument for her candidacy so far has been basically her inevitability as a result of her wide name recognition and this tremendous political machine that she has behind her. So Sanders picks up the first two states. All of a sudden, he looks like a very viable candidate. And I think, most rank-and-file Democrats agree with him more on the issues than they do with Hillary Clinton, or at least view her positions on those issues with a lot more skepticism. So all of a sudden, he becomes a viable candidate. Donors start giving him a second look, although certainly money hasn't been a problem for him so far. That really becomes a major problem for Hillary, and she needs to rebound in a big way.
You hear a lot of Democrats say, though, that however appealing Bernie Sanders is to the base, he's sort of like their George McGovern now, the 1972 Democratic nominee, who got that nomination but went down to a disastrous defeat against Richard Nixon because it was deemed way too liberal, way too out of the mainstream. Is that a risk? Does the party then, in that event, try to look for an alternative? What?
I mean, I don't know that there really is a political mainstream anymore, and I think Democrats are having the same problem that Republicans are having, to the extent that it's a problem, and that is, a candidate that they can't control, that really speaks to populist impulses that go beyond the sort of normal power structures of Washington, D.C. So you have Trump on the right, you have Sanders on the left. I think the reactions to the same political impulse, they pose very similar problems to, existing power structures in D.C. So there's not really much you can do when there's this tremendous wave of popular support behind a candidate who maybe doesn't represent business as usual.
Yeah, that seems to be a theme in both parties this year. I'm going to thank you very much. All right, I've been pointing to what's been